Okay, next question. What is one or two things your upline, sponsor, mentor did for you to help you set you up for success?
Okay, so I thought I would answer this one. So when I got into oils, my enroller and sponsor was Sarah, and she and I basically started doing the business at the exact same time. So if she were sitting right here, she would tell you, I'm not trying to badmouth anything about her leadership because she's great, but we learned together. There wasn't
And me. I
and
started a
Julianne,
month right after
she
them.
started
So
right after. So our team is really young. I know maybe y'all feel even younger, and you are, but you all, a lot of you started out together. And so I'm not saying y'all are because I don't know the dynamics of your team, but don't place too many unrealistic expectations on Stephanie because she hasn't been doing it for forever. She's a wonderful resource and leader, but we've only even not been doing it for 2 years. So we try to stay ahead of our teams and lead the best way we know how, but with the growth, it's been so exciting, but there aren't very many of us that are ahead of each other. So we're kind of learning together. Some of the things that have been important are just teamwork and bringing each other's strengths. I know for Joy and Pep here in Houston, we have people like Julianne who are really good at graphics and marketing ideas. There's people like me that are just good at talking. I don't know what I offer, but I teach a lot.
talking.
Yes, I like to write classes and get people involved. Natalie's great with graphics also, but she's our kind of accountant business expert. Kate Gober's a nurse, so she brings some medical expertise. Mary Ellen's a dietitian, so we all kind of bring something to the table, which makes it really fun and exciting. So look at your group together and some of your dynamics and see what can you bring to the group. If you love planning events, if you're creative, you can be the one to start planning 201 events for all of your team. It doesn't have to come from Stephanie. It doesn't have to be an idea you get from us. When we got started with Joy and Pep, everyone was up in Dallas. Sarah was the only one, and so Sarah just kind of started the Facebook group, and Kendra made up the name. And
we started meeting once a week, which that didn't last the whole time.
Every 2 weeks.
Or every 2 weeks. But meeting together and collaborating together is really important, especially when you're all starting out together. I hope that y'all get a chance to watch these videos together, and if you don't, it is important to get together for business events because those are people in your group, even if it's cross-line or whatever, that are going to help keep you accountable, that are going to help keep you on your toes, that are going to be inspiring you with different ideas. And I just think it's really important for business builders to collaborate together.
And one thing that we've been learning from some of the Las Vegas videos of the most powerful women in network marketing, it's very tempting if you're in a slump in your business to either blame your upline. Oh, I'm not getting the support. They're not leading me in a way that is good for me. They're not giving me resources. They're not planning events for us. You can easily play the blame game up, or you can blame it down. Oh, well, my team, I don't know what's going on with them. They just seem asleep at the wheel. And you get on cruise control, but really your success in this business is about you and what you are motivated to do. So some of the things we've done, if we've had an inactive builder or a builder that's kind of just fallen off the map, we don't know where they're at, it doesn't matter. We start calling the people under them and say, hey, they're a part of your team too. And just check in on them, see if they want to have a class. Don't get bitter at someone who maybe used to be on fire for a building or at least showed interest and then they kind of aren't around anymore. You can still be in charge of your success, really, as hokey as that sounds. It is about how much you're willing to work. So don't get caught in that trap of blaming your upline or blaming your downline. Really look at yourself and see how much you can do there. Let's see. Oh, one thing that we did also here, sorry we keep referring to these Vegas videos, but they were very, very fantastic. We sometimes oversell the easy, oh, it's so easy, just get a few signups a month and you'll make this much money. This whole business, it is not easy. It is simple. It is duplicable. We want to set you up with resources and help you to succeed. It's simple. You do the same thing over and over again. You teach classes. You take care of people. You mentor them. You do it all, rinse and repeat, and find new creative ways to do it. But that's what it's about. And so don't sell people on, oh, it's so easy, because it's not easy, but it is simple. And so we're really trying to help y'all with that it does take that grind, it does take that hustle, it does take that commitment, but it should be a simple process, not easy.
Well, yeah, and that's just part of getting out. The difficult part comes from getting out of your comfort zone, using organizational tools that may not be your bread and butter. I don't like planner. I mean, I like them when I actually use them, but for me, sometimes I just try to keep everything up in my head and straight before writing it down, and that's my natural tendency. So I've had to really buckle down and learn how to use resources and do some things that aren't really just simple or easy to me to keep up with everything. And so I encourage you guys to find ways where you can improve, like I said, improve yourself and then improve your skill set so that you can become more successful and a better leader.
Another thing that's great about the whole team mentality is I go to Sarah a lot with questions and ideas, but a lot of times I call Angela up in Dallas just because she invests in me and she calls me, and I'll run ideas off her. Just something, have y'all done anything up in Dallas like this? Just because she's really helpful. So feel free to, there's nothing wrong with either of you contacting us.
Yeah.
If you,
we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, if you have any ideas, or have y'all done this in Houston yet? Again, we're just a few steps ahead of you guys, so we're all kind of babies in this, but we can certainly help and let you know, oh yes, we did this, it worked wonderfully, or hey, are you ready for these challenges, or that this part didn't go so well, but you could try this. Anyway, we want to help you with that. Let's see. The question of do you have a mentor? If so, can you share a bit about that relationship and why you think it's important? Again, we're all kind of learning together. I have talked to Angela and Jill up in Dallas some on occasion, just because they've been around a little longer, and I get information from them. But as far as a mentor, specifically someone that is leading me through all of this, that we don't really have one that's doing that. We talk to each other a lot. We talk to the other girls in leadership here in Houston, but I don't have a specific mentor that I check in with once a week. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just not how my growth has kind of happened with the business.
I think, too, something that's interesting about this business is while we can use these tools and read these books, it's not a cookie-cutter process for every single person. So what may have worked very well for somebody that might be mentoring you might not work for you. A lot of this is personalized, and like it's kind of something you get to figure out with your people and your personality and what kind of works for you. And while that's not super helpful at the beginning, it's a really fun journey. And if you are using these tools and reading these books, then you're set up, and then you just have to kind of get into it and figure it out to yourself some.
And then another question was what resources, books, videos, sites, blogs, relationships were most helpful to you when you were first starting out. So we mentioned these books already in that previous video. They're great ones to read and just start going. The good news about social media, different periscopes, different pages on Facebook, you can follow a lot of Royal Crown Diamonds and a lot of leaders on those social media sites, even if they aren't your Royal Crown Diamond. So I follow different ones on Instagram just to kind of see what they're up to. I follow, Julian mentioned Nicole Perez earlier. She's a Royal Crown Diamond. She has the kind of Rosie the Riveter themed team called We Can Oil It. And that's a public Facebook page. So a lot of times I'll just follow hers. There's one called Using the Sense, SCENTS, God Gave You, that has some different things.
There's one called YL Fast Track, and that is actually our upline leaders, and they're usually posting really good stuff. Danny Johnson is a big trainer if you're looking for a specific mentor, wanting to do some network marketing specific training. I've heard wonderful things about her. I haven't used any of her stuff yet, but I'm hoping to this year. So if that's something you want to look into, then by all means look into it, and through those other channels, you'll find more channels and mutual friends or things that they've liked or posted, and you can find a lot of resources on social media as well, like Al said.
Yeah, so just start looking around. I mean, it's out there. There's more hours and hours of video than you could probably ever imagine, but it's out there, so you can start looking. We loved going to convention last year. We're going to be going back. Stephanie's coming with us this time, which we're really excited. We hope more of you come in the next year, because it's just a wonderful time where you get such a great sense of what Young Living's all about, education, the scope, the global nature, the excellence. Everything is just wonderful about convention. So that was good. Let's see. Yeah, Julian mentioned this. So the entry level cost to being a Young Living distributor is $160. So it's a pretty easy entry cost. So make the commitment with some of your paychecks, even if they are small, to be purchasing books, to be purchasing access to maybe certain internet trainings. There is a free one that I'm trying to figure out how to get us to, that was just posted today in Essential Living. Did not work.
The Diamond Factory?
No.
Oh.
No, there's another one. I'm going to try to post it on Yale's Business Builder page here soon, but it's on June 6th and 7th. It's like 2 hours each night, and it's a training about time management and how to maximize your productivity as a Young Living leader. So we try to share those with you as best we can. And anyway, but if you've watched everything and can't find anything else to do, let us know, and we'll help you figure something else out too.